there, this is Nadine with DIY Sweets with Nadine. Today I'm going to show you how to make modeling chocolate. This is something you can use for lots of type of modeling, sculpting items, and just for different decorations that you use on cake. I actually like using modeling chocolate more than gum paste and fondant when I'm able to, because it tastes so much better and it makes it all edible, and it sets up really firm. So today I'm going to show you how to do it. What I have here is 10 ounces of chocolate. This is just it's not real expensive chocolate. This is the stuff that you can find like at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. It's the chocolate coatings. So I'm going to put this in my microwave for just a very short while, take it out and stir it. My microwave has a chocolate setting, so I'm able to just put it in and let it go and know it's not going to burn. I still check it about every minute and stir it. But if you just have a regular microwave, you're going to need to take it out about every 15 seconds and check it to see if it's ready. Well, the first time you can probably leave it in about a minute, but after that you want to take it out every 15 seconds to 30 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and get this in the microwave, and then I'll show you what we need to do from there. So now I'm going to put this in the microwave, and I'm going to set it on my chocolate setting. And I'm going to let that go for about a minute, and then I'm going to stir it. So I'll be back with you in 1 minute when it has gone. So this has been going a little over a minute, so I'm going to take it out. And as you can see, it doesn't look like it's melted. I still want to stir it around. And then as you see, some of it does start melting as I stir it. And then I'm just going to stick this back in, and I'm going to give it another 30 seconds. At this point, I want to be checking it every 30 seconds, because when it does melt, it melts fairly quick. So it's been another 30 seconds. So I'm going to pull it back out, and I'm going to stir it again. You see, a little bit more has now melted, but it's still not there. So I'm just going to give it a stir, and then I'm going to stick it back in for another 30 seconds. It's been another 30 seconds, so I'm going to pull it out, and I'm just going to stir it again. This time, it's not all the way melted, but as you can see, quite a bit of it is melted. It's probably only going to need another 30 seconds or maybe 1 30-second after that. But it's getting pretty close, and as I stir it, you can see it is melting. So I'm going to give it one more 30-second time, and then it's probably going to be ready. It's been another 30 seconds, so we're going to pull it out again. And then we're going to stir it again. So as you can see, after that 30-second, this is pretty much melted. So I'm just going to go like this, make sure there's no more lumps in it. And as soon as I see there are no more lumps in it, I'm going to take this 4th cup of corn syrup, and I'm going to dump it in there, and I'm just going to scrape it out. And then I don't want to stir it vigorously. I just want to kind of fold it in, probably about 20 folds, until all of the shininess is gone from that. And you'll see it's starting to seize up. So I'm going to go from the bottom to the top, and I'm just about 20 times is all I'm going to do. Want to make sure I get it nice. Still a tiny bit of shiny, but you see it's starting to seize up. We're starting to lose the shine, and we're starting to get it to seize up. See how that's becoming solid? Now I don't want to keep beating it after I get to this point. Well, there's just a little bit more shine. Let me get that. So I have this piece of plastic wrap right here, and I'm just going to take this chocolate that you saw me folding in, and I'm just going to put it on here. I don't want to work with it too much right now. I just want to get it on this plastic wrap, and I'm going to spread it out so it's not too thin, but about a half an inch or so. Just like that. And then all I'm going to do is just loosely cover it. And then this is going to sit overnight. And tomorrow I'm going to have a solid, it's going to feel like solid chocolate, and I'm going to be able to break some off and knead it together. And then tomorrow I will show you what I'm going to do with this one. This I'm going to make some like chocolate ruffles or curls to put on a cake. Our chocolate has now sat overnight. So we're now ready to work with this to make the ruffles for the cake that we're going to make. So here's our chocolate. All we're going to do is we're just going to unwrap it. And I'm going to break just a small piece off. Because chocolate goes soft really fast, so I don't want more than what I'm going to be working with. I'm going to take this modeling clay that I've kneaded, and I'm going to put some cornstarch on my mat, and I'm just going to roll this out. I want to roll it out very thin, and if it starts sticking to your rolling pin, then just put more cornstarch on, because you want to make sure that you're able to roll it and it doesn't stick too much. And you do want this like basically as thin as you can get it. See, if I lift this up, it's just barely there. Let me just tear a little bit off and show you. This is really, really thin, okay? And still, I'm just going to roll it out even just a little bit more. So once you have it really thin, I want to sort of even out the edge. And I only want this about a half an inch. So only about a half an inch. So I'm just going to take this, and it doesn't have to be exact because this is supposed to be, the beauty of this is the irregularity of it all. So I'm just cutting like half an inch strips, not really any more than that. Because to have the depth on the cake, you don't need a whole lot of thickness. If you were to use curled chocolate, most of the time you would find it's really not much longer than about a half an inch. So a half an inch is about right. If you want to cut a few of them that are a little bit more than a half an inch, that's fine. And then you're just going to randomly cut it through. And it may be that you want to pull your strips apart. And then like maybe this one, I'll make a short one here, and then a little bit longer one, and then a short one. And you're just going to randomly cut them in lengths. Once you've cut them in lengths, what you're going to do is you're going to bring them to a foam pad. And you want to make sure there's plenty of cornstarch so it doesn't stick on the foam pad. And you also want to make sure there's plenty of cornstarch on top of the modeling chocolate. And then there are several ways you can do this, but you want to frill this so that the edges, especially the edge that's on top, is really thin. One way you can do it is kind of stick the whole thing right here and go back and forth, and this way you're thinning it out, but it's not really curving a lot, it's staying in a straight line. And so this is one way you can thin it out, and if a little bit breaks off, that's okay, because remember, these are random. Now, if you do it this way, when you're ready to roll it up, you're probably going to want to actually bring it over to the pan to roll it up. So let me move this out of the way, and let me get the pan right here. As you can see, I've already put some on the pan, and I'm just going to bring this over to the pan. And this one, kind of looking, this edge is kind of thinner. I kind of want to make a circle with it, and the reason why I need it over at the pan to do this is because once you've made this circle, if you pick it up, your circle's going to kind of become squished. So this one I'm kind of doing circle shape. And you'll notice I've done all different types of shape. And that's the beauty of this, is you have a lot of different shapes. And then you just leave it like that. Then you get the next one. And you just keep going. Now I'm going to show you another way to do it. If you do some of them that way. Another way is to just frill out just that edge there. And when you're frilling out that edge there, it kind of gives it a little bit of a curved look. It curves it in. so that it's kind of rounded round. Because I'm just getting the edge, I'm not getting the bottom. The bottom is kind of staying the thickness. And with this one, as you can see, if you look carefully, there's a tear right there. But that's okay, because if you do curled chocolate, you're going to find there's a tear. And again, it's probably easier to try to roll it here on the pan. And this one, I don't want to do a circle. I just kind of want to do zigzag back and forth and make it random and open it up, and then it's going to end up drying like that. And it's just all these fun little shapes that you're going to be putting on a cake, and it's going to look like chocolate, and it's going to be really pretty. One thing to keep in mind when you are rolling it, you do not want to just go like this and roll along here. One big roll. That's not what we're doing. What we are doing is we're going back and forth, just little back and forth movements. By doing little back and forth movements, it makes it frilly. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill probably 2 or 3 pans with this chocolate because I'm going to be doing a 10-inch cake, and so I'm going to need a lot of these chocolate pieces. You work on yours, and you're going to do a lot, and it doesn't take a lot of chocolate to fill several pans of these, so just go ahead and work on yours and make a lot of chocolate.